dissecting the transparent monster inside a rotten stink bean microscope expedition. Chapter 1. The Tiny Caterpillar. Imagine you are cleaning Petai, stink beans. Suddenly, you discover a translucent green caterpillar wriggling inside a rotten bean. Most of us would instinctively toss it away in disgust. But have you ever paused to ask, what exactly is this creature? We are going to dissect it, examine every inch of its transparent body under a microscope, and unravel its hidden biological mysteries. From the peculiar color of its head and the rows of black dots along its body to the tree-like branching network within its abdomen. Prepare yourself for a scientific journey into the micro-world, for hidden within that rotten Petai lies an anatomical marvel rarely seen by the naked eye. This is the Petai Caterpillar Expedition. Chapter 2. The Mystery of the Cream and Translucent Green Colors. Let's start with the most basic feature visible to the eye. This caterpillar displays three distinct, highly contrasting color zones. The head and the rear end near the anus are cream-colored or pale, while the midsection, the abdomen, is a translucent, bright green. Why this difference? The answer lies in function and diet. The cream-colored head is actually a hardened head capsule that serves as a protective helmet for the brain and chewing apparatus. Meanwhile, the cream-colored rear end features a thicker, less pigmented layer of skin cuticle. As for the green midsection, that is not the color of the caterpillar's flesh itself. The green you see is the Petai, bitter bean, matter that has just been chewed and is currently being digested within its gut. The caterpillar's body is truly transparent. Remarkable, isn't it? Chapter 3. Small weapons in the head and feet. Under the microscope, the tiny legs of this caterpillar are not smooth. Their tips are pointed and curved like fishhooks, as shown at the 52.8 seconds mark in the video. Scientifically, these are known as crochets. They are not designed for walking on flat ground, but rather for gripping the hard, slippery walls of the Petai, bitter bean seed. Next, observe the area near its head. There are fine, hair-like structures visible at the 31.5 seconds mark. These are not ordinary hairs, but seedy, highly sophisticated sensory organs. They function to sense vibrations, detect temperature changes, and perceive surrounding chemical substances. As the caterpillar relies entirely on these sensory hairs, while inside the pitch-black cavity of the Petai seed. Finally, look at its mouth at the 35.5 seconds mark. The reddish-orange color you see indicates the presence of hardened, sclerotized upper jaws, or mandibles. This coloration signifies a dense concentration of chitin, a protein structure specifically designed for chewing through Petai seeds that are as hard as rock. Chapter 4. Miniature Digestion Laboratory. When we cut open the caterpillar's body, a large amount of clear, yellowish fluid spills out. This is hemolymph, essentially insect blood. Inside, we find various fragments. First, there are light and dark brown particles. This is digested food pulp, known as chyme. The green color of the Petai beans has turned brown due to fermentation and nutrient absorption in the midgut and hindgut. This is essentially pre-waste, ready for excretion. Next comes a surprise, shimmering silver fragments. These aren't metal. They are uric acid crystals, or granules of the fat body. Insects store energy reserves as fat, which takes on a metallic sheen under microscope lighting. These serve as backup batteries for the caterpillar when it eventually undergoes metamorphosis into a pupa. And let's not forget that dark green, moss-like clump you found. That is freshly ingested food still intact in the foregut and completely untouched by digestive enzymes. Chapter 5. The row of black dots, the pipe respiratory system. Along the caterpillar's body, there's a row of small black circles, as seen in the video at the 21.5 seconds mark. What are they? They are spiracles, or breathing holes. Caterpillars do not have noses or lungs. Instead, they breathe through small openings along the sides of their bodies. Large tubes called tracheae extend from each of these black openings. These tracheae carry oxygen directly from the outside air to every cell in the body, without the need for blood to transport it. Chapter 6. Tree of Life, Nerves or Trachea. You are currently looking at a network of nerves that resembles a tree, branching out to the tiniest twigs. There are two types of these trees inside the caterpillar's body. The first type, if the branch appears hollow, tube-like, and translucent, is an extension of the tracheal respiratory system. Its smallest tips, called tracheals, make direct contact with muscle cells to supply oxygen. The second type, if the branch appears solid, is the actual nervous system. Nerve cells, neurons, possess branches known as dendrites, which are indeed shaped like trees. The function of dendrites is to receive and transmit electrical signals from one cell to another. Thus, a caterpillar's body is not composed solely of nerves. It also consists of muscles, fat, intestines, and blood. The branches belong to two vitally important systems: the respiratory system, trachea, which channels air, and the nervous system, which transmits movement commands. Chapter 7. Wisdom from a Pain of Rotten People. Our journey has come to an end. We have explored a creature initially deemed repulsive. From the cream-colored head serving as a protective shield and the translucent green body acting as a window into the digestive system, to the hooked legs and sensory hairs used for navigation. We observed brown fragments representing digested food, silver deposits serving as fat reserves, and rows of black dots functioning as air intakes, all alongside a beautiful, branching network of respiratory and nervous systems working in perfect harmony. What is the moral of the story? Science does not discriminate when it comes to its subjects. Even within food scraps we might consider rotten, there exists a perfectly organized world. A tiny caterpillar can teach us about anatomy, physiology, and the wonders of evolution. So, the next time you find a caterpillar in a Petai bean, don't simply throw it away. Recognize that you are looking at a biological spaceship carrying out its mission in the wild. If you enjoyed this microscopic expedition, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment suggesting what other disgusting objects we should dissect together. See you on the next scientific adventure.